right. Thank you, Andrew, for that introduction. My name is Sheldon Gen. I'm a faculty member at San Francisco State, and I'm joined this morning by my boss, Lori Beth Way, who's the Dean of the Undergraduate Studies Division. And we want to share with you an overview of the project that we're leading. I'll give you a brief overview of the whole thing, and Lori Beth will chat about project management during this socially distant time and unexpected insights or silver linings from our situation. So as Andrew mentioned, this is a large systemic project that we're heading up here at San Francisco State, operating at 6 of the 23 campuses of the California State University. It's a large project that's, this phase of it is being funded primarily by the Teagle Foundation and the College Futures Foundation, as well as our Chancellor's Office over the whole CSU system. We call it Faculty-Led Curricular Design for Student Achievement in the California State University. This is a major effort among 6 CSUs, collaborating together to refresh, revise, and redesign undergraduate degree programs to improve student success with intentionally coherent curricula and clear pathways. We all know as faculty that so much of curriculum develops by accretion, by just the passage of time and the bringing in of new faculty and retirement of older faculty. This project aims to build a culture of continual reflection on the curriculum and always pointing that curriculum towards student success. The program operates by awarding, the program first targets programs that have lower rates of student success, and how the program operates is by awarding these departments grants that they can use to facilitate their redesign processes. And so the grants can help them with student assessment, bringing in curricular design expertise, conducting planning retreats, all those things. And key to this program is what we call a faculty learning community that is built around the concept of curricular redesign, curricular assessment and curricular redesign. So faculty from each of these departments participate in a year-long faculty learning community that learns about student success and processes of curricular redesign. And these FLCs, these faculty learning communities, support each other in their efforts. So at each campus, 3 cohorts of programs will be launched in phases over the next couple of years. Cohort 1 started this past January 2020. It paused in March because of the pandemic, and then we restarted it in this past August. Cohort 2 is currently being recruited, and it's going to start in January 2021. And we expect cohort 3 to start in fall 2021. So altogether, the project aims to support 90 degree programs, 15 at each of the 6 California State Universities that are participating in this program. And so these faculty learning communities are really the engines of this overall effort. Prior to the pandemic, these FLCs on each campus met about monthly in person to review progress and to plan for next steps and providing peer support along the way. But the 6 FLCs across the campuses also met with each other to build a broader community of support across the CSU program. And this was especially advantageous when similar degree programs at multiple campuses were in the process of curricular redesign, so they can collaborate with each other on common issues with a particular curriculum. And so in that sense, because we were already bringing in departments for multiple campuses, there was always a virtual component to our project. And we had already been planning for virtual meetings across the 6 campuses, even when the faculty learning committees at each campus was meeting in person. So there's always been that aspect of remote participation built in the project, but still remote work has expanded, and as a result of the pandemic and the individual campuses, FLCs, now meet online. And the same goes for the faculty within each of these departments that are doing the curricular redesign. They're now having to meet online as well, as opposed to in person. So to facilitate remote work and learning of these FLCs, we've leaned on a library of resources that we've made, that we've built here at San Francisco State and have made accessible to all of our FLCs across the 6 campuses. And we've also tapped a lot of local expertise from among the 6 campuses participating. There's a lot of strong faculty, of course, across these 6 campuses, and a lot of expertise that we have in-house. And so that we have been tapping those to provide assistance across the system. And so that's a broad overview of our project. I'm gonna pass it to Lori Beth with some reflections on some insights that we've earned from this pandemic and the distance learning requirement.
Thank you. I should say first, I'm not a boss because I don't think we have any bosses in academia, but thanks, Sheldon. Just really briefly, I guess, to help you think about how your projects are going. I know they're quite diverse, and just some things that maybe have helped us. I don't know if you've found the same, but especially as we started, you know, we kind of had this pause where we all went, oh my gosh, this is the world that we're in right now. And then when we tried to kind of do a reboot, it required way more meetings actually than we had in the past. So not only were we suddenly remote, but we were meeting more often because the world was changing so quickly. And so we're planning to get everyone reconvened in August across the 6 campuses. And we figured out a whole plan for that day. And then all of a sudden the social unrest occurred and a serious recommitment to anti-racist curricula and building anti-racist curricula and responding to the world. That new wave came up. And so then we replanned the entire conference in August as well. So the project management around this has an administrator on each of the 6 campuses, as well as a faculty lead like Sheldon on each of the 6 campuses. And so we met repeatedly through the summer until we felt like we could have an August program that was you know, sensitive to the context that we're in, and also helping our faculty to think about how they want to respond. So one thing I would say is, and I don't know if you have flexibility in your grants right now, but I don't think we would have been able to keep momentum if we didn't have time and money funding Sheldon's position and funding the faculty positions. It's actually having some dedicated funding for that is, I think, really, really important, because we couldn't have kept our momentum without that. So that's my timer. So that's one thing I would suggest if you don't have that. And the second thing is that, of course, in conversation with Teagle and if you have any other funders, I think to think about and assess the degree to which your projects maybe might change a little bit. I think one of the things that they're all sticking to this faculty-led curricular design, we're sticking to student success, we're sticking to all those things, but you know what? We should have always had anti-racist curricula if we cared about student success. And if there's ever a moment to really grab that mandate that we should have always had, it's now. And so as we look at our 2nd and 3rd cohorts coming in and applying, we're gonna provide incentives or invite people who are looking at their curricula with an eye towards anti-racism and how to bring pedagogies of inclusion into their classes. So I think that not only has it allowed us to keep momentum, but it's making people interested in saying, these are things we want to do anyway, so we want to apply to be part of this faculty learning community. We want the support of the faculty learning community and the support of the institution to move forward in those efforts. So thanks, we look forward to talking to you more in the breakout rooms.